Okay, so what if I told you that you could totally change how your body uses food without actually changing what you eat? It sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, in this explainer, we are going to unlock the science of when you eat. It's a total game changer. Let's dive in.
I mean, have you ever been in this situation? It's so frustrating. You're eating all the right things, you're tracking everything, but for some reason, the results just aren't coming. And then you see someone else eat the exact same meal and get completely different results. It's a puzzle that drives so many of us nuts.
And here it is. This is the answer. The real secret weapon here isn't about cutting out carbs or following some super strict diet. It's all about understanding timing. Seriously, when you get this right, you make the food you're already eating work for you instead of against you.
So you're probably wondering, how can timing make that big of a difference? Well, it all comes down to the science of your body's internal clock. You see, your body isn't just some simple furnace that burns calories at the same rate all day. No, it's this incredibly smart system that has its own daily rhythm.
Just take a look at how your hormones flow throughout a typical day. You've got cortisol, that's your get-up-and-go hormone, right? It peaks around 8 in the morning, which basically tells your body, hey, let's use some energy. But then, as the day winds down, melatonin starts to rise, signaling that it's time to rest and repair. This daily shift, well, that's the key to everything.
And this daily hormonal dance directly affects one of the most important concepts we're going to talk about, insulin sensitivity. Now, you can think of this as your body's carb processing superpower. When your sensitivity is high, your body is awesome at using carbs for immediate energy. But when it's low, yeah, those same carbs are way more likely to get stored as fat.
So here's the bottom line. Your insulin sensitivity is naturally at its peak in the morning, and it just drops off as the day goes on. This is why timing is so crucial. That bowl of oatmeal you eat in the morning, your body sees it as pure fuel. But that exact same bowl of oatmeal late at night, your metabolism treats it like a completely different food.
Now, what if you could kind of hack this system? What if you could create your own moment of peak metabolic power whenever you wanted? Well, you can. And the number you really need to remember is 300%.
That's how much your muscle's insulin sensitivity can spike right after a workout. I mean, that's not just a small boost. That is a massive metabolic advantage. It creates what we call a golden window, a period where your body is literally begging you to give it carbs so it can shuttle them straight to your muscles for repair, not to your fat stores.
Okay, enough of the science, right? Let's get to the good stuff. How do we actually put this all into action in our real lives? We're going to map out your day's golden windows for when to eat carbs.
All right, first up is the morning window. Thanks to that natural hormonal rhythm we talked about, the hours between roughly 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. are when your body is just primed and ready to handle carbohydrates. This is your absolute best time to fuel up for the day. And to really make the most of this window, you want to front-load your carbs. A good target is to get about 40% of your total daily carbs in during these few hours. You're basically giving your body the fuel it needs exactly when it's best equipped to use it.
So what kind of carbs are we talking about here? You want to focus on the complex, slow-burning kind. You know, things like oats, sweet potatoes, or brown rice. They'll give you nice sustained energy. And a huge pro tip, always pair them with a good source of protein to keep your blood sugar stable and help out your muscles.
Okay, next up is the window that you have complete control over, the workout window. This is your chance to get really strategic with carbs to boost your performance and speed up your recovery. It turns your workout into an even more powerful tool for your metabolism.
And it's really just a simple 3-step play. Step 1, a small hit of fast-acting carbs about an hour to 90 minutes before you train, just for that immediate energy boost. Step 2, right after, within that crucial 30-minute golden window, you want to refuel with a bigger dose of carbs to replenish everything you just burned. And finally, step 3. Try to make that post-workout meal a 3-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. That's the perfect combo to kickstart recovery. And finally, we get to the evening. As the day goes on and your natural insulin sensitivity starts to dip, your strategy has to change. It's time to taper things down and work with your body's rhythm. The rules for the evening are actually pretty simple. You want to keep your carbs to 30% or less of your daily total, and get them from really high fiber sources like veggies and legumes. Try to wrap up your carb intake by around 8 p.m. And if you get hungry before bed, no problem. Just make that snack all about protein or healthy fats, 0 carbs. Now, obviously, this isn't a one-size-fits-all plan. Of course not.
The real magic of carb timing happens when you start to tweak it and customize it for your own body and your specific goals.
So let's look at how this plays out for different goals. If you're really focused on fat loss, you'll probably do best with a tighter carb window, say from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and really pack those carbs in right after your workout. But if you're trying to build muscle, a wider window, maybe from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with carbs spread out more, is going to support that growth much better.
And we can even add another layer of personalization based on your general body type. Now, this isn't a strict rule, but it's a useful guideline. If you tend to store fat a bit more easily, an endomorph, you might benefit from an even tighter window. On the flip side, if you're naturally lean, an ectomorph, you can probably handle carbs later into the evening with no issues at all.
So, what's the big picture here? What's the main takeaway? This whole thing is about way more than just following a set of rules. It's really about learning to listen to your body and turning these guidelines into your own personal rhythm.
And how are you going to know that it's actually working? Well, you'll feel it. Your energy in the gym will be way better. Those annoying sugar cravings you get at night, they'll start to disappear. You'll even notice you're sleeping better. And of course, you'll start to see real, measurable changes in your body.
Ultimately, that's the big mindset shift. You stop looking at food as just fuel, calories in, calories out. You start seeing it for what it is, a powerful, strategic tool you can use to manage your hormones, maximize your energy, and reach your goals way faster than you thought possible.
It's a really powerful idea, and it puts you right back in control of your own metabolism. So the only question left is, are you ready to start listening?